What's up, folks? I'm Kendra Smith, the Maverick Girl. We're here, we're playing Legacy, we're trying out some decks for the first time in forever. I actually haven't played Legacy since January. I played Legacy for like 2 nights. I had a blast with it, but obviously Legacy has changed a tremendous amount in the last few months, especially after the release of Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. In a weird twist of fate, all of them, like, the majority of decks in the format currently are actually kind of out of my price range. So Card Hoarder has a limit on how much cards I can borrow from them, and up until now, it hasn't really been an issue. You know, a lot of the decks have been kind of on the cusp of being too much, but I've generally been able to kind of play whatever I want. Well, as it turns out, with how much the Magic Online economy has rebounded since, nobody can go to paper events anymore, a lot of decks just happen to be out of my price range now. Except Maverick is one of the ones that is still well within range for me to borrow. As is Elves. So I am going to be playing both of these decks today. If you're watching on YouTube, then you're probably only going to see the Maverick one here, and I may upload Elves at a later time. But at least probably for a few weeks, whenever I'm playing Legacy, you're probably going to be seeing me play a lot more Maverick and a lot more Elves. Even though I kind of want to expand and want to play more different decks out there, this is still going to be like just me kind of playing the decks that I love to play. I really genuinely love playing Legacy Maverick, so I'm very stoked to be playing this deck again for like the first time in quite some time. And then I'm going to play Elves. So I've played Elves in the past, right? And I've always kind of felt like I've had mixed results with this deck. The first couple times I played it, I didn't really feel like I was getting the deck, if that makes sense. And I really didn't like it. I couldn't understand it. Then I went and I think it was like right after I got accepted onto the Card Hoarder network, I did kind of the same thing I'm doing today, where I played Maverick, and I said, you know what, let's try Elves out and see how that goes. So I played some Elves, and I found, because I've been playing Pauper Elves for a few years at that point, that I had come to really kind of sort of have a bit of a better grasp of how the deck functions and how it plays. Obviously, I would still be considered more of a newer kind of person, bit inexperienced with this build specifically, just because there's so many more lines, there's different ways to do things. You also have to play around a different set of cards. You have to play around cards like Force of Will, Force of Negation, and all kinds of stuff like that. Just better removal, better just everything in general. You have to rely on cards like Heritage Druid as opposed to Priest Titania. And so it just becomes very different experience overall. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. I don't know. It may not go very well. It might. We'll see what happens. After I'm done playing the 2 Legacy decks, I'm also going to play some Vintage, which if you're watching this on YouTube, this is obviously the Maverick replay, but there should be a Vintage one coming soon. This is my first ever time playing Vintage, so I'm very, very excited to play that, but I'm definitely playing, right now we're playing Legacy Maverick. So, you know what? Let's fire up a league and get ourselves involved and play some games, see how we do. Now remember, I haven't played Legacy in quite some time. This might not go very well, but that's what we're here for. It's all learning experience. Think of it like this, right? If I play Legacy once or twice a week, 1 or 2 different decks, and it's going to be a lot of the same decks, then we can have a lot of fun with it, Think of it like going to a local shop once a week and having a good time that way. So, we're going to try some Maverick out. I think this is fine. We can go Windswept Heath, so we've got all of this. We don't need to play anything, so we can hold up Once Upon a Time until their end step. Well, that's what we're here for, Lasco. How are you doing? Alright, we're gonna cast this Once Upon a Time. What looks good here? Thalia, maybe? But they're probably... Now, I haven't really played this in a while. This reads to me like it's either going to be like Maverick or Death and Taxes, but I've never known Death and Taxes to run fetches before, so... I'm going to go ahead and take this Thalia, I think. Or actually, maybe the Questing Beast is a little bit better. I think I'm going to take the... Yeah, I'll take the Thalia. Forget it. Let's go ahead and grab this Plains and plow the mom. Ooh, piece of candy. I think we should probably actually go for Stoneforge here. Stoneforge. Yeah. That's the thing, I just don't know what they might be on specifically. So I think... we go Stoneforge into... Let's play the Thalia. Not sure how right that is. It's been a while. I'm not... The big problem here is I'm just unfamiliar with my opponent's decks. Okay. Interesting. So they swords my Thalia. That's fine. Is this feeling like, maybe I'm wrong, but it could be something like, Stonebladey? I feel like I've seen Mom and Stoneblade before. I think about forcing this. They are. Okay. Shift Force Negation. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I played Legacy, so I actually should like probably spend like a day or two and just be like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just play on my own time. Like I might spend a day like off stream just trying to kind of readjust myself and relearn Legacy a little bit. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Make some like Patreon content or something. No. You can have that 2 points of damage. Okay, that's getting plowed. And I didn't notice they had Lurrus, so... well, I'm out, so... let's hold up Mom as a blocker. So that makes sense. So the Lurrus makes sense, or the Mother of Runes makes sense because what they could do is they can play Lurrus and then hold up Mother of Runes. Like for protection and whatnot. And now they can play Lurrus, replay Mishra's Bauble. Each of your turns. Okay. Opponent knows we've got Swords of Plowshares in our hand. Do they have anything in their yard? Let's give Pro Blue. Thalia is not that great right now. Especially because what they can just play is they can go Lurrus. Well, no, they can't. Suppose they could attack with Snapcaster. Why are they playing Lurrus? I mean, are they thinking because of the swords? Let's see if I can get this to resolve. So we've basically stopped my opponent from casting or from using any removal of any kind. Let's stack this. Hello, Skews Friendo. Hardcast Force of Will. Hardcast Force of Will, folks. How are you doing, folks? I see a whole bunch of new faces in here. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a great day. So there's a Lurrus. Mishra's Bauble, as expected. Now, I've kind of turned off my own swords, which kind of sucks here. Especially since our opponent knows I'm essentially sitting on 2 completely dead cards in my hand. Exactly. Do we want to cut him off with some blue mana or the extra red? I guess the red is really just for, you know, the bolts and all that, and they can't really bolt me here, so. And they can attack because they can push through with the Mother of Runes. Oh, hard agree. Very much not a fan of companions, at least in like Legacy. I'm playing Vintage later today, so boy howdy, that's going to be a time. Probably got a counterspell of some sort. Yeah, there's the Force of Will. But they've used 3 forces so far. Yeah, let's just pass. Exile, Brainstorm. Force negation, okay. Meddling Mage. Now this is an interesting list. Name card is Stoneforge Mystic, huh? Sure, yeah, got me. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay, so this is a Dreadhorde Arcanist deck. But they can't really do very much with the Arcanist, so... Eh? I could attack with birds. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but sure. At least I'm pushing a little bit of damage through. I think the card I really need to see the most here is... What is it? Umezawa's Jite. Once upon a time, huh? Can we find something good? Well, Stoneforge is off the table. Let's try and get this Knight of the Reliquary down. And now they have to put, use the Mother for the Lurrus. Because otherwise they can't push the damage through so much because I have the Knight down. Caracas bounces back Thalia, but doesn't really do much otherwise. Hello, Ramanap Excavator. Got an extra Mother of Runes. Well, this is frustrating, huh? So what do I want to do here? Oh, hello. You know what I can just do? I can go and get Caracas out of my deck. And bounce that Lurrus. Haha. Get out of here, cat. Let's try and get these lands out of here. Interesting. I would have played the Batter Skull. Jesus. Alright, so... Choke. I don't think Gideon's where I want to be. Council, probably. Surgical probably is, because we can always surgical away the Mishra's Baubles and stop our opponent from doing nonsense with it. Prelate was really good. Questing Beast, we didn't get to cast it, but it would also probably be pretty solid. I think Thalia's not that great here. Gaddock Teeg is actually bad. One Swords, I think, is probably a good cut. Actually, two, since we bring in both Council's Judgments. I think one green some Zenith. I'm looking at how many green creatures are in here, and there's not quite as many. So I think we go down one of those. This hand's fine. Easy turn one Swords to Plowshares. Okay, so they were super F6. Could be possible they just didn't have any force or anything. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of these decks actually take out force against decks like Maverick. So let's see what they do. Because I can always cast Once Upon a Time at their end step since I had no other turn 2 plays. They are the press to the rest. They detrimental, but it's meaningless. They are the rope around the neck. Blade press to the rest. It might seem detrimental, but it's meaningless. More. Yes. None of these are particularly great right now. I guess I just take Noble Hierarch, but I'm not going to do very much with it. I guess I can always cast it later. Because, like, I'll go... What's going to happen is I'm going to go Knight of the Reliquary into probably Questing Beast. I guess it depends on how this whole next couple turns shake out, but Knight into Tireless Tracker is also a good place. We can go Knight, Tireless Tracker, Hierarch. But I would just rather not take the Lance so we can just search them out later. Alright, we got a 5/5 Knight. Will it stick around, or is it going to get hit by a Swords to Plowshares? Let's find out. This is wild, kind of like re-experiencing Legacy for the first time in quite some time. Because the format has changed drastically since I was like super actively playing the format. So this is really cool to actually just watch, even if I'm not as like familiar with it. Okay, there's the Swords. Totally figured that was going to happen. Exactly. Find out after these messages, except I'm not doing any messages. Casting the Ponder. So especially since the knight got hit by the swords, I definitely think Questing Beast is the play here. Oh, no, wait. It's when it attacks? About that. Do they have swords now? Oof. Big oof. Arcanist being able to recast a couple of swords doesn't really strike me as a very good thing. For me, at least. Ponder, sure. They can hit me for one. The Caracas isn't very good, considering I've got that Questing Beast stuck in my hand. Knight is on top, but they've got a sword, so that's probably not a reasonable line right now. Sure. Let's play a Sylvan, run out the Sylvan Library, and then go in on this Noble Hierarch. See what we can do. Oof, Seal of Cleansing, huh? That's a beating. Engineer explosives for one, huh? Big yikes for me. Why explosives for 0, though? That's weird. So it's not like I'm playing anything at 0 cost. Guess we go Once Upon a Time. Nothing really in the yard. This game is probably sunk at this point. Maybe I did actually need as many swords to plowshares as I could afford. I guess we'll bring in the Stoneforge. Because there's these, the Questing Beasts and the Reliquary won't stick around. I was really kind of banking to try and find a Wasteland off of the Once Upon a Time so I could blow up the Caracas. It still really wouldn't matter, but I was hoping that I could land it all the same. Okay, well that ate a swords. So maybe I can actually bait this out a little bit. God, that doesn't seem very good. Okay, so I brought in Surgical to hit Bauble. Now I could try and hit Bauble, but they probably have a counterspell in their hand of some kind. I could also hit Swords to Plowshares, but that probably doesn't help either. I guess try for the Bauble. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's probably not going to go over very well. I wouldn't... What's their hand look like? Jesus, that's a hand. Maybe I should have gone for the swords after all. Look at that. And their library, that's what I should have hit. Man, making me wish I went for this. Wow, they've got all the forces still in their deck, huh? That's interesting. But they're going to try and cast... Are they going to try and cast Engineer Explosives? If they do, might be a file for reimbursement at that point. But I think between the amount of Swords of Plowshares they have in their hand, I'm probably just dead. And the fact that they've got Snapcaster, Brainstorm, another Dreadhorde Arcanist, and a Mother of Runes. Yeah, this game's over. Let's just scoop it up, go to the next one. So they got 2 Seal of Cleansings. They got Path to Exiles. Let's bring in another sword so we have it. If they're on Seal of Cleansing, I'm not so big on the chokes. I would rather just try and waste land lock them a little bit. But if I stick the Sanctum Prelate, then it actually sticks. Because they don't... If I can get Sanctum Prelate down for 1, then they actually can't do anything for the whole game. They can't Seal of Cleansing it. Okay, that's wrong. They can actually still go Engineer Explosives on it. Which means... I'm wondering if that means I want a Knight of Autumn or something. Like, just a 1-of. That I can maybe, like, tutor out or something. Well, no, I got Council's Judgment. Council's Judgment can exile that just fine, actually. So, yeah, let's just run this. Yeah, how are you all doing today? Hope you all are having a pretty solid Sunday. Did I see Wastelands in there? I'm keeping this hand, by the way. This hand looks pretty solid. No Wastelands in their list. 2 Caracas, though. So I don't have to have any fear about casting this Savannah. In fact, I should actually rely on that a little more. Sunday. Wow. Can you tell the days are just starting to blur together a little bit? Saturday, excuse me. How are you all doing on this lovely Saturday? Happy Frabulous Day. Alright. Now, real question. Can I get this Scooze to stick around? Because I think I actually want to try for the Scooze before the Knight of the Reliquary. Will it stick? Ooh, hello. Let's get these out of here. Bolt, alright. Woohoo, I like that one. Tracker, let's go. Maybe I should have actually played the Horizon Canopy with the Swords to Plowshares there. Oh, that sounds really cool. Alright, so they got the Bolt for the Tracker. That's fine again. Like, I'm totally cool with that. Do they have the Force? No. So now it makes me wonder, do they have the swords? Brainstorm, alright. That's a lot of digging there, opponent. Bauble. Okay. How many bolts do they have in their list? 2 bolts. Mom. I think I'm good waiting until my turn to swords that. Especially, oh no, they wouldn't have had that anyway, but sure. Swords that. Get it out of here. Bolt. Sure. Force the Knight. Alright. So they don't have any haste nonsense, so we can go get some more stuff. I think I just want to get the Caracas here, yeah? In case, well... They have no Swords to Plowshares nonsense. 1 card in their hand. You were told there was Gathering here, Andy, and you would absolutely be correct. We've got some Gatherings. We've got some magic. If you could believe it. So let's see what they've got happening. They've got the Lurrus still in their hand. So they can always go Lurrus, Mishra's Bauble. And that's what they're doing. Ooh, Green Sun. Alright. What did I have on my list here again that I can go and grab? Grab Ramanap. I could grab Questing Beast. Got a few good cards I can grab out of my deck. Let's see what I can get off of this Once Upon a Time before I go in on that Green Sun. Not a lot of much here. Let's hit this plateau, get them off their red mana. Okay, I know how I'm doing this. Now we're getting the Caracas. Sure, they Swords to Plowshares my knight, but I got the Caracas down, which is what I really wanted there. I really like this though. It feels like I'm getting into the groove of this format again, even just a little bit, and I really love that, you know. All right, so I have Ramanap in here, right? Questing Beast was the other one. I could go and get the Questing Beast. I think it's get Questing Beast. So that just depends on what they've got in their hand. And it's a 5/5. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do they got? They got other swords? Path to Exile. Sure thing. Ooh, Mother of Runes. That's not good for me. Once Upon a Time, let's go. Big Womp. Yeah, let's do this now while we're able to. Push some damage through. Arcanist, sure. So there's no lure, or they've still got the lures in their hand. 2 unknowns. Ramanap Excavator. Hello, friend. So I could go get Horizon Canopy. I know what's going to happen here, right? So they've cast a Swords of Plowshares and a Path to Exile. That Dreadhorde Arcanist is going to exile this Ramanap Excavator one way or another. I think I need to keep them off of their mana a bit here. Sure. Going for a ponder, not a swords. Because they want to keep the swords for my big stuff. And there's still no sense of me attacking. They didn't play any bolts or anything, did they? They got a bolt, one bolt in their yard, so they can push some extra damage through that way with the Dreadhorde Arcanist, try and get some damage in on me. Speed up their clock a little bit. Go for the Preordain here. I'm not sure if I can really get there with this, right? Sancta Prelate would do a good amount of work at the moment, but they also have Engineer Explosive still in their deck, which could stop me pretty handily. Especially now that they've got double Volcanic Island on the field. Windswept Heath actually does nothing right now. I've gotten all my creatures out of my yard. I can still get in on this with his birds just a little bit. Because of the Exalted. And that'll probably lead to them using some of the removal out of their graveyard as well. Yes. Swords targets Dryad Arbor, huh? That's interesting. I don't think that would have been my first choice personally, but sure, why not? Okay, so we got the Knight. Again, Knight of the Reliquary is not going to stick around. They're going to cast either Swords of Plowshares or something to get it out of the way here. Or they're just going to Force of Will. Because that works as well. Getting Ponder out of the yard. Wasteland, so we waste the Valk. Ah, missed the attack. Just F6ing a little too quick here. And they're going to get it here. Because now they can go for the Lightning Bolt out of their yard. And we got a Cradle, so 2-3, we're dead. Good games. You know, even if there was a loss there, that was a great match. I cannot be mad when I have when I play a good match of Magic, you know? Oh, boy. God, I love Maverick. There's just so many plays to it. Alright, so how are you all doing today? See a whole bunch of people in that chat. What are you all up to? So we got the picking security pins challenge and whatnot. How are you all holding up through all the quarantine shenanigans and nonsense out there? Tell you one thing, like after I'm done with all of this today, I'm going like for just a short little drive kind of thing. Like I'm not going out very much or anything. Like I'm not going to even the store or anything. I haven't even properly left the house in like 3 weeks. But I'm going to be going, I'm just doing like a little drive around. I mean, sometimes it's just all you need to do. You know, you got to check your, you know, make sure your car is running well and all kinds of other stuff. That's a terrible hand. Like, I guess it's good if we can go once upon a time into a forest, because then we can go Dryad Arbor. But it just seems so loose. And not to mention they could force it, too. Hmm. 18 lands. You know what? It's a little dangerous, but I think this is actually a fine hand if we can find the green mana off of this. So, I think this hand is worth the risk. It's dangerous, but it's worth it. If we find something like Caracas, then we can still kind of get there. Okay. You know, I just realized if they have a Force of Will, then we just die, probably. So maybe this wasn't actually the smartest keep. But again, this is the fact, like, I'm not used to casting these kind of cards. Well, we did get a Plains. But let's cast the Once Upon a Time first. And we found the forest. Jeez. So we're really looking pretty here. I'm going to grab the forest, but we're playing the Plains. We're playing Mom, and we're passing the turn. Brainstorm, all right. What's our opponent up to? Next turn is definitely Thalia, though. And then the turn after that, I'll probably follow it up with Stoneforge Mystic. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you can hit that little follow button up the top, a little heart. I'm going to be doing Legacy like once a week going forward-ish. So, yeah, if you're enjoying Legacy content, other kinds of stuff, I pretty much am doing every format you could probably think of during the week. At least for the moment with the exception of like Standard currently. And I'll slowly work my way towards that one. Opponent's really tanking on this Brainstorm. Okay, finally resolved that. And that's the thing. There's a lot of people who prefer no Standard, and there's people who prefer Standard. You know, I personally actually very much enjoy Standard, but the problem is I know a lot of people don't. Okay, so this is Storm. Are they going to turn 2 kill me? Holy crap. The Eternal Storm just destroyed me. Turn 2 kill, everyone. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Epic Storm, TES. Did I say and? It's definitely the Eternal Storm. I always heard it was the Eternal Storm. I don't know. It's been a while. It could be one or the other. Ramanap seems okay still. Scryb Ranger's probably not good. I don't really like the Stoneforge package here as much, especially not GT. Batterskull's fine. It's the Epic Storm? Okay. I remember it being called the Eternal Storm for some reason. That's weird. Surgical's not good enough here, right? I've never really had a lot of reps against Storm, so... Oh no, Cunning Wish. Yikes. Sure, let's roll this. I think Surgical may have been a bring-in, but it's been so long since I've played this matchup that I just don't remember it very much. Turn 2 Thalia? As long as they can't kill me turn 1, this is good. Then we also get Scoos. And Showery Lobster, thanks for the follow. What's up, friendo? Should have updated these follows. Got a couple followers today. Are they thinking if they can kill me turn 1? Yeah, like I said, it's been so long since I've been like super active into the Legacy scene that I just can't remember some of the names specifically. But because I always just see it called TES, not the Epic Storm. So, opponent's thinking if they can kill us. I do want to play Storm sometime. I'm not gonna lie, but again, a lot of the prices on some of these cards have actually gotten just so expensive that it's actually just out of my price range, just barely for Legacy at this point because of the bounce back in the economy for Moto. Yeah, Showery Lobster, how are you doing? And Flex Retro, how are you all doing? That is a no, they can't kill me. Excellent. So let's Windmill Slam the Thalia. Yep. Lotus Petal, sure. I think it's going to be better to go Gaia's Cradle, play Scoos off of the Gaia's Cradle, and then hold up the basics, or the two individual green sources, I should say. It'll mean I can only do a few, I can only hit a few targets, but I think it's less. Just left Julian's stream? Ah, that's where the uptick in viewership came from. I saw like I had a whole bunch of followers or a whole bunch of viewers, and I'm like, where did everybody come from? Cool. I'll have to. I don't know if I'm just on his auto host list or anything, but I'll have to give Julian some thanks. Love Julian. I haven't actually really watched too much of his content, but like when I've actually popped in and watched it, it's just a treat to watch. He does such a great job with his content, and I absolutely love it. I should really watch it more, actually, because I definitely want to try and engage more with, like, Legacy and everything at some point. TS isn't that bad to 330. Might have to look into that. I'm actually going to start picking up a few, picking up a few staples here and there. I'm actually considering doing, coming up with like a video series. I was talking about this a little bit on Twitter earlier. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's twitter.com/TheMaverickGirl. But I'm thinking about doing like a video resource where people can go, where I can kind of show people like, hey, let's say we got, I pick up a brand new Magic Online account, right? What? Oh, no, I can't play this. That's right. It costs 2 more mana. Well, I can hit this. Yeah, Force Negations has definitely gone up there a little bit. Alright, so we got some good stuff going on now. I think it's going to be a little bit better right now to try and cast the Sylvan Library as opposed to the Once Upon a Time. In the process of trying to sell your paper collection, that makes sense. I'm actually probably going to do that myself. I'm probably going to pick up some resources. Or, like, I've got some cards. I'm probably going to sell them off to Cape Fear Games so I can buy a couple, like, staples to make it so I can actually play some of these older formats a little more often. Wish Claw Talisman, you say? Let's hit this. Well, that sucks. Let's grab that Wasteland. Deafening Silence. Yeah, ship those down to the bottom. Yeah, okay. So they just gave it to me there. I'm still torn if I want this surgical. Like, I think I want surgical if we're... That's a good question. What would I want to hit? So you could hit rituals. You could try and make the rituals cost less. Obviously, like hitting, you could hit a Lion's Eye Diamond or something. There's things I think you could hit with it. That's kind of what I'm getting at. The Lurrus taking them off of Lurrus targets. Rite of Flame. I don't know if they have Rite of Flame. I haven't seen Rite of Flame. And again, it's been a long time since I've played up against the Epic Storm. So... Oh, you know what's bad? These Swords of Plowshares. Why are these Swords of Plowshares in here? Not that I think these chokes are going to do very much. Sure, let's go with that. Man, this hand is weird. I don't care for this hand. I can keep them off of their lands, but they're playing artifacts that... Oh, God, this hand... I can't say I'm a fan of this hand. I think I gotta ship it back. The one thing I like about this hand is that it has the Ramanap Excavator in the opener. Misgetting to play Paper Magic. I totally feel all of that. Like, I've been sitting here staring at my baby, which is my like foil Shroom EDH deck, and I'm like, I can't do anything with this right now. And it sucks. It feels bad, man. Like all this hand right here, the more I look at it, I'm just like, I can't keep this hand. It looks like the hand where it's just like, it looks okay, but like if they actually start managing the cast stuff, it's not gonna get anywhere. So I don't think I can keep this hand. I think if I were to have like 1 or 2 Wastelands, was able to control the board down long enough and get to the point where I could cast the Ramanap Excavator, then we'd probably be in business. But true. Yeah, I should play Canlander at some point. It's one of those formats I still haven't even like looked at trying yet. Okay, maybe I will do that. God, this hand is not much better, is it? But we could once upon a time into like a Thalia. Ditch a fetch. Sure, I mean, that looks fine. Not great, but I mean, it looks like it'll get the job done. Or at least help in that regard. Okay, do I want to surgical that Lotus Petal? Because that's one of the repeatable mana sources here. What do you think? It's hard to say right now, because the thing is they can get it back with Lurrus. And that's what they're using it for a lot of times. They're using Lotus Petal to get back Lurrus. Or they're using Lurrus to get back Lotus Petal, rather, and keep chaining Lotus Petals until they hit that. So, I think I'm going to hit it. No, I'm going to hit it now just in case. Let's get it out of here. Ah, true. Yeah, maybe. I can't tell if this is the right thing, but I guess we'll see. Oh, wow, they got nothing. I should have taken a shot of their deck. I should have also cast the Once Upon a Time first. Yikes. But again, learning experiences, right? So, like, I don't know, Showery Lobster, I don't know if you, Yeah, right? So, yeah, Showery Lobster, if you don't know, I haven't played Legacy since, like, January. And even then, I hadn't played it in a long time before that. So, it's been a while. So I'm still learning some things. I actually haven't played Once Upon a Time in Legacy. Like, I played Once Upon a Time in Maverick in Legacy, like, one time before this. So that should give you a little perspective how long it's been since I've actively played Legacy. But I'm trying to play Legacy Maverick more on, like, a weekly basis kind of thing for the time being. I might dip into some other decks, but I kind of want to play the decks I'm familiar with the most and that I know and love. Even if they're not, like, the best positioned, I feel like I'm still getting good games with them. So... moms. Probably doesn't have very much. It's going to be very curious to see if they want to actually fetch here. They are cracking the fetch. So the gamers in those excess lands, maybe the chromatic or the chrome mox. And that's kind of what I've heard. I've heard that Maverick is actually in a pretty decent position right now. And I've definitely had some amazing games so far today. Our very first game was up against Ms. Frost, I think it is. And I know I've seen their names before in a lot of Legacy tournaments and lists and everything. We came right down to the clock with that. I think we had like I think we had a combined between the two of us like 4 minutes on our clock. So it was I definitely had some very good games of Magic with this already so far, and I love me some Legacy. So I can't ever be too upset about playing if I'm having some good games, you know. And with Storm, they're just kind of taking their time because it's basically, obviously, if they get there, they get there. If they don't, they don't. So they might as well take their time with it to make sure they're doing it correctly. Come on, Thalia. Don't think I want... I think I want to try and avoid using the Windswept Heath if I can help it. Well, actually, no, it probably doesn't matter, because if they're going to go in on the Ant kill, then 17 and 18 doesn't make a difference. Opponent's super in the tank. Yeah, Steve, how are you doing? I see you popping in there. How are you holding up? I mean, I'm doing pretty good, you know. We're here, we're playing Legacy, we're having a good time. All right. LED. That's not a Thalia. You know what, though? We're still going to play it because we can go Mom into Gaia's Cradle into Once Upon a Time. Yeah, Nickfin sounds like a lot of fun. I think Nick Fit would probably be right up my alley, too. It's funny that a lot of people were like, LOL, why play a Wishclaw Talisman? You know, nobody's really going to do anything with it. But, I don't know, it's looking pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to F6 until their end step. Even still, I just love watching Storm decks go off. Like, watching High Tide on, one time when I played Legacy on Magic Online for the very first time, watching High Tide go off was actually one of the reasons that I decided to pick up High Tide at one point. So that's why like High Tide was a deck that I played for a short little while and then stopped because just soon after that, Miracles just became such a powerhouse deck and was just all over the place. It just felt really bad, you know, playing High Tide and then just getting everything shut out from under you. Okay, so they're at one spell. Put Chain of Vapor down. Dark Ritual ad nauseum. Alright, who's ready to die? Yeah, there's no way we're going to win here. They've got Opal. What, 1, 2, 3. At least 3 spells I can cast. So, play the LED. And then go Opal, Opal. Opal, float 1, play another Opal. Excuse me. So yeah, they should just win this. So I hecked up by not going in on the Once Upon a Time. I'll do a little check and see if I would have gotten there off of the Once Upon a Time. Like, I'll draw some cards and see if that would have actually made a difference, just because I'm curious. But they did also have the Chain of Vapor, so, I mean, we would have still struggled to get there anyway. Yeah, so they're going to get here. Oh, they found the second Rite of Flame, too. So we are very dead. Because now they just go for the, Burning Wish into Tendrils. What is Echo of Eons? Echo of Eons is a 6 mana Time Twister that you can cast for flashback. It really is, though. This actually makes me wonder if they might have brought in... I mean, they've got to just have it, right? That's possible. Sure. And so yeah, so now they can get use the Burning Wish with it on the stack, sack the Lion's Eye Diamonds, and go for the Grape Shot win. Yep, they got the Grape Shot. They have 18 Storm Count. We're dead. Alright, cool. So 0-2, unfortunate, but you know what? I feel like we're doing alright. Getting some interesting, you know, like that was an interesting learning experience. I also forgot to check. So I wouldn't have hit Thalia anyway off of the Once Upon a Time. I would have hit either, you know, we had the Green Sun, Wasteland, Once Upon a Time, Caracas, and the Gaia's Cradle. And then we would have drawn into a Windswept Heath. So we wouldn't have found anything, unfortunately. Do I have Gaddock Teeg? I do have Gaddock Teeg. But I wouldn't have... But if I had cast the... If I cast the Once Upon a Time, it would have seen the Green Sun Zenith and put the Green Sun Zenith back on the bottom of my deck. That's what I'm saying. So we wouldn't have found any targets off of the Once Upon a Time. And would just draw in the Windswept Heath. So, yeah. Exactly. That's why, that's the way I look at this, right? And it's like, I want to keep, you know, obviously I want to, you know, yes, I want to stream, earn a little money and everything, sure. But you know what? I also look at it like this, like, if I'm not having fun with it, then what's the point, right? Like, this is how I used to play Legacy all the time, locally. I have lived in Orlando, Florida for the last couple of years, but like for like the, I don't know, 10, 15 years before that, give or take, I was in, I've been living in Tampa, and we had a pretty good scene here in Tampa, and that's what we would just do. You know, I would go to a Legacy tournament, get some pizza, hang with friends. I would sit there and play Maverick. Would I lose a lot of the time? I sure would, but I would have a lot of fun with it, you know? And I think that's the thing a lot of people kind of miss, is that, like, if you're not kind of having fun with it, then what's the point? Alright, this hand looks good, though, because we can Noble Hierarch into some nonsense. We have Ramanap, Wasteland. Like, this just looks like a ridiculous hand, actually. Yeah. Yorion. I've kind of seen a little bit about the Yorion list, but I haven't really seen them too much. Alright. No. So, here's the question. Do I want to Gaddock Teeg, or do I want to just let it roll? Because I can do that next turn, so I can go Gaddock Teeg and Mother of Runes. Try and keep them off their nonsense. Or do I want to try for the Ramanap Excavator so we can get the lands out of the deck? Let me check some of these Yorion lists. I'm trying to think of a way if playing Teeg out is worth it. No deck's found with Yorion in it. That's weird. Alright, Yeah, I'm going to go with Mother of Runes into Gaddock Teeg, and we'll see what happens. Plow the Mom. Oko. Broko Oko? Ooh. God. What to do, what to do. So I can't kill the Oko. I think I can go G-Tape, hit it. Yeah, let's do that for now. They can't force of will. They can force of negation, but they can't force will it. Alright, so let's see what happens. Oh boy. Oko Broko. Alright, so that is a critter now. God. Excavator gets Windswept Heath. Let's get the basics online here for now. Yeah, let's hit that Oko. And I guess if they pump the Oko, then we can just tick off the counters and gain a bunch of life. So how are you all holding up throughout all the quarantine nonsense? I hope you all are keeping safe, washing those hands. You're able to go to work still? Yikes. Well, hopefully you're keeping safe through everything. Arkham's Astrolabe. Man, it's been a long time. So for those of you who might not know me quite so well, I play a lot of Pauper. Or I have in the past couple of years here. You know, it's kind of what I've become sort of known for. And boy howdy, was Arkham's Astrolabe just all over the format for quite a long time. GT is an elk. Oh my gosh. What a time to be alive, huh? It was long enough. Let's be real here. They gave it like 3 or 4 months still. It took them a while. Alright, I think I just need to send the team at Oko. So what I know, they've got to have the Coddle. The Coddle's going to come in. I think it should just go with Jite and just use the pumps off of the Exalted triggers. But I don't really want to lose the Excavator, but I also don't want to lose the Gaddock Teeg here. Let's just yield to these. Do you got the snack? Snack! Alright, Windswept Heath. Savannah. Stoneforge Mystic. Batterskull. Now, obviously, we're not going to cast the Batterskull because I don't want it to get Oko'd. Am I playing Knight of the Reliquary? Of course I'm playing Knight of the Reliquary. I love me some Knight of the Reliquary. What is Maverick without Knight of the Reliquary? Yeah, that's fair. Abrupt Decay counter or hitting Stoneforge Mystic. Sure. Oko probably makes Astrolabe into a creature. Oh. Interesting. I can't cast the Batterskull, that's right. Gaddock Teeg. Well, in comes the Teegi Teeg. One of these days I'll have to try the Oko build of Maverick. Baleful Strix. Oh, that's a yikes. Dix, what's up? Thanks so much for the raid. How's it going, Dix? Ian, my good friend. How are you holding up? Happy birthday, by the way. Anytime. Hope you had a great stream. Good little birthday stream. We're here playing some Legacy, checking out Maverick for like the first time in quite a long while. Caracas? Sure. You got me. Jace the Mind Sculptor. How did we get an Astrolabe? Our opponent gave it to us with Oko, Thief of Crowns, and stole our Ramanap Excavator. So I don't want to wasteland the Caracas because they can just get it back. Alright, so what do I want to do here? I think I want to grab... I think I want to go Green Sun Zenith and try and grab... Oh my gosh, okay. That helps. Green Sun for 4 and grab... Oh my god, what is it? Force of Will. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Probably force the, or swords the Excavator, go or wasteland the Caracas. Because the other thing I could do is I could swords the Baleful Strix and try and just go at Jace. I don't know. I guess I already hit that. So we're in on this plan now. I see a Lee Ashwood with the follow. Thanks so much, Lee Ashwood. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, I love this song. This track is a banger. This whole album is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite albums of all time. People definitely need to get out there and check out Therion sometime, if they haven't already. Whoa. Own and control? So that means they can't hit Astrolabe? Interesting. Alright. What do we got, Dak? Go at the Jace. 1, 2, 3, sure. So it's 5/5, so either they bounce off of it with the Or they swords it. Okay. That works too. Let's go on the Once Upon a Time, see if we can hit stuff. Well, there's Knight of the Reliquary. If I play it, it's just going to get hit by Jace, probably. But we'll play it. If we can get even just the, like, if I can get a guy, if I can resolve it at one time, get Gaia's Cradle, then I can get this Batterskull down pretty reliably. Exactly. Making them burn the activation is reasonable. But if I can also get the Batterskull down with Knight, then I can go in with the Batterskull, put Batterskull on another Reliquary attack, and then do shenanigans with that. This deck looks like a riot, though, this Yorion build. And there's the activation on Knight. Sylvan Library, sure. I still can't believe that we're seeing Abundant Growth being played in Legacy. Like, that's just kind of blowing my mind a little bit. You know, obviously we saw it a bunch of Pauper, but, like, in Legacy? In a Jace. Alright. What if next turn they drop the core Skyfisher? Oh my gosh. That would be something, wouldn't it? Interesting. I'll admit I'm a little nervous about casting this Batterskull, but we're going to go for it. Interesting that the Germ token's got the treasure chest expansion symbol on it. So what's happening now? 4 mana. Recasting Uro out of the yard. Yeah. I put a card on the bottom of our library with Jace Fate Seal as well. Oh, Catacombs are kind of useless for me right now. Oh no, it's not terribly useless because I could still get a Dried Arbor, put it on there. Coddle, sure. No, don't want to return it. This is a great game, though. And, like, this is only game 1. God, I love this deck. You can have that 10 points of damage. Baleful Strikes. Okay. Put a card on top or bottom with that Fate Seal. If they have to think about it, then I think they may be evaluating whether it's better or not. Okay. Stoneforge. Sure. So this is still good, because we can make them block with this Baleful Strix and play the Stoneforge Mystic. Even if Mystic doesn't actually draw us anything, we can still go put the Batterskull onto the Stoneforge. Post board, bring in chokes. Because the game's gonna end soon one way or another, right? So probably like choke, Council's Judgment. Cradle's pretty cool. And swords. Swords to Plowshares. Gets rid of the Noble Hierarch. They attack. I lose a creature. I should just be dead here. I think my only option is I really have to bring back Batterskull as much as I don't want to. Because then I have to block with the Noble Hierarch on the Uro. Try and play the Batterskull again next turn. Because otherwise I won't have a creature to be able to block with. Or I'm just dead, actually, because they just go for the Jace. Jace bounces. And I'm dead. But I think this match especially is just going to come right down to the wire when it comes down to the the clock. So I'm going to try and, even if it's just squeezing out a couple extra seconds. Oh, that's pretty good. Easy chokes. Council's Judgment. Probably Knight of Autumn, right? We can blow up a bunch of their stuff. We can blow up, God, what is it? We can blow up, Baleful Strix, Arkham's Astrolabe. We can hit their Oko creatures if they, or their food tokens. Gideon seems really good too. Got one swords. Thalia is probably not that good at all here, right? Like, oh, Thalia is okay, I should say. Scooz is God tier. Should cut Jite. Let's go down to 2 swords. Because we only need that for Uro, but there's a lot of other ways we can get Uro as well. I think going down to 2 Thalias is probably fine. Well, that's a great hand. Let's see what we can find. Noble Hierarch, let's go. Come on, deck, show me a land. Scryb Ranger doesn't do anything here for me. I think it's just best for me to go in on the Stoneforge. This way we can also get cards out of the deck. We can play Batterskull for 2 mana. It's just unfortunate that that Horizon Canopy isn't a land, so I can't go, like, Scryb Ranger it. Mm-hmm. Plowmom. We got there, fam. Alright. And we got Scryb Ranger, too, so... I think I just wait until their end step and see what happens here. There's the Coddle. I think I should still get this Batterskull down now while I can, even if it doesn't really do very much at the moment. Even if we trade, still get extra mana, or so not extra mana, but extra life out of it. You know, if they go for the Swords of Plowshares or something, if they go for like a Swords of Plowshares kind of thing. Snapcaster, come on deck, give me a land. Because I want to cast that Choke while they're tapped out. Now, of course, they could still have the Force of Will, but I think, oh boy howdy, we're going to try. Went in on that, huh? Aggressive. Man, I don't want to do it like this, but we're going to do it like this. Very relevant song. Catacombs. Okay. Do I want to try and run this out? Or do I want to try for like the Knight of the Reliquary instead? I think it's probably better, a little bit better at the moment to go for like the Knight. Because then we can go Knight into Scryb Ranger if it sticks around. Yeah, I think that's the line. More coddles. Swordsing the Knight. All right. Another Baleful Strix. Their islands are tapped out. They've got 3 cards in hand. I really am feeling like now might be the best time to play this choke. We're going to try it. No, they got the force. Okay. So what's the line next turn? I clearly don't have that much happening at the moment. Jace. Yorion. Okay. So we're going to draw a whole ton of cards. Probably Swords to Plowshares, the Germ token. It's going to put me in a bit of a world of hurt. Now we're good. He's up on that. Let's play the Questing Beast and see if they block with Yorion. Cool, so now we got the big beater off the board. That's actually a good thing, though. Uro? Sure. Caracas. That's a bit of a dagger. I guess we could still hit the Wasteland, though. Wasteland the Caracas. Having Scryb Ranger here is still really good, though. Jace the Mind Sculptor. I need to stick the landing on the Scryb Ranger, I think. I might try and bait with the Skews. And see if I can resolve this. They are F6'd, friends. We're going to hit that Uro out of their yard, like, right now. But unless they can do something with another Swords to Plowshares, this Batterskull with the Scryb Ranger. Interesting. Yeah, no, I've definitely heard about Yorion being played a bunch in EDH. Doing, like, Yorion with, like, all kinds of nonsense. I have a friend that was jamming that kind of stuff today. Or yesterday, I think. Opponents doing Euro nonsense again? Sure. I'm going to kill that Jace. Do they have a Swords for Scryb Ranger? Put a card on top of my library. Do you have swords? Out of here, Jace. Oh no, Jace isn't gonna die, but we're gonna get it down there pretty good. Dead of Winter. Wild. I don't think they can get there. Nope, they gave us sweets. Wow, I want to know how that game would have gone if we had a proper clock time between us, because that was a wild game. This is why I love Legacy. You know, even if you're not always winning, you're just having like the best time. Some of the best matches I've ever played are obviously with Legacy. So, hold tight, folks. I'm going to pull up my list here so you all can check it out. I'm going to hit the restroom real quick. I'll run a quick little ad, and I will be back in just a hot second. We're going to play even more Legacy, and I'm very excited to keep doing that. So hang tight, folks. I'll be back in just a minute. See you then. All right. Let's jam some more Legacy, folks. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and jump into another match, shall we? I'll tell you though, if this league goes for an extended period of time, I may just cut it. I wouldn't say cut it. I should rephrase that. I wouldn't want to. How do I want to say this? I had Elves lined up as well as a secondary deck, but I wanted to play some Legacy, and I also want to try Vintage for the first time. So I want to give an opportunity to play a bit of Vintage as well. If this goes on for a hot while, then we'll jump over and play some Vintage. keep this hand. Ravager Shops. Figured it'd be a cool deck that I could kind of grasp right out of the gate. What is this? Swamp Dark Ritual Underworld Dreams. What is going on here? Whatever this is, I need to find out what it is. I need a list. I need a list for whatever they're doing. Because, holy crap, that's my jam right there. I'm screen capping this. Winds of Change. Excuse me? I just... hold up. What on earth is happening here, folks? This is incredible. Oh my gosh, this is the craziest burn I've ever seen. I need this list. I asked for a list. They're like, LOL, thank you. It's just some crap I threw together. I usually catch a lot of trash talk and never win all 5. Look, folks. I don't care. Sometimes you just gotta realize you're not gonna win. And that's fine. Sometimes the goal is just to have fun. And boy howdy. Am I having a riot watching this in action right now? I'm gonna go... Did I cast any, or did I play a land this turn? No, I did not. Okay. So let's get Dryad Arbor. Let's grab that Batter Skull. That Batter Skull with that Knight of the Reliquary. So good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're going to play this nice little Batter Skull. Hold up. One, two. I'm trying to math if I can cast this Batter Skull with the... and do it like right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can do it, but I can't put it on the Knight of the Reliquary, so I gotta put it on, like, the Ramanap Excavator. Oh boy. Alright, so what do they got? Cataract Parasite. This is wild. I guess so, but I mean, it's fine. Like, they're having a good time with it. I'm having a good time with it. that's what all that matters as far as I'm concerned right now. Like, I'm not going to sit here and shame my opponent for liking something that they like. Is kind of where I'm at here, you know? No, my opponent is great. They are being excellent person. I'm conversing with them on the side here. They seem like lovely people, honestly. They're telling me how they quit in like 2000 and how like a lot of this has been like a bit of a learning curve for them. So totally understandable. You know, if they're having fun with it, then who am I to say you can't have fun, you know? I actually missed lethal there. Oh, I don't even care at this point. My opponent is such a champion that I'm not even gonna worry about it too much. All right. Well, unfortunately for our opponent, our amazing championship opponent. No, it was lethal. So we put the Batterskull onto the Scryb Ranger. Oh yeah, I guess that wasn't lethal then. Very close to it though. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh well. It's just kind of whatever. It's kind of all moot point right now anyway. So for those of you who might not really know me that well, I love me some Underworld Dreams. When I saw Underworld Dreams was previewed in Theros Beyond Death, I was like, this is amazing. I have to figure out how to make it work. I love this. And so seeing this is just like, I get that it's not a good deck, right? It's clearly not a great deck, but I want to see what they're doing now. I want to play this deck because it is my thing. Cataract, Parasite. Alright, well, I'm going to win now. This has been fun and all, but this game has to come to an end. I'm going to use it. Let's just end this. I don't even know how to combat this, though, post-board. This is wild, though. I'm here for this deck. So they're playing Obosh. and doing all of this nonsense. Oh my gosh. I guess Force of Vigor and Night of Autumn are the plays. But, oh man. This has been a real treat, to be honest. I'm genuinely enjoying myself. Yeah, the opponent has Obosh in there as their companion. I guess Questing Beast. I guess. No, Prelate's probably fine. Tracker's not amazing here. Yeah, sure. Gaddock Teeg doesn't seem very good here either. And I don't even know. Maybe a Mother of Runes. I don't think Mother of Runes is incredible here either. God, this has been fun to watch. Right here. And it's a source you control. Oh my gosh. I'm here for this. I'm getting beat up by a Monastery Swift Spear, folks. Man. This is a time right here. Jeez. Turn 1 Dark Red, 3 Vice. Yeah. This is a thing of beauty right here, to be honest. And I got the swords. Man, this feels great. Well, this will clue him into what I got in my hand. Urborg? Oh, sure. Let's see what happens here. Swords, the Plowshares, the Parasite. Pass the turn to them. We hold up the Batter Skull. God, this has been so much fun. I don't know what my opponent's doing, but like I want to see this list and I want to tweak it. Because it just looks like so much... You know, it's clearly like a bit of a trash fire, but in all the best ways. And I really love it. crash. Outstanding move, opponent. Unreal. I think this is still fine. I could take 4 here. Try and draw into a land off of the Once Upon a Time. And there's a Cradle, so we're super set. God, what a hand. What a game of Magic this has been, friends. This is Magic the way Garfield intended it. 100%. Then here comes Obosh. Which, sure. And Swords to Plowshares on the Obosh. Alright, Dak, let's see what we got now. Verdant Catacombs. I think I'm good without that one. I think probably want to pick off the Urborg here. If I hit the Badlands, then they're still all lands. I don't really care about the life loss at this point. I think it's a bit moot from where I'm standing. I think I value the life gain from GTA a little more than the damage from the Swift Spirits. Oh, hello, Thalia. What a game of Magic this has been. What's up, MTG Nerd Girl? How you doing? We're here, we're playing some Legacy and having a riot. Our opponent is on some grade A jank, and it is great. Awesome. Good having ya. It is, though. Like, whatever our opponent's doing, I love this. I asked him for a list. I'm totally saving it once I get said list. bolting my face. Oh, yes. What a treat this has been. Alright, let's see. We're going to gain some life here. I think at this point we can pick that off pretty reasonably. Because now we've got enough counters on the GT that we can gain 12 life. So even if we even if they manage to get some nonsense going, like we'll just kind of stop it. So unfortunately for our amazing opponent, but they're not going to get there, but I'm so here for them and everything that they're doing because it's so good. All right. I'll pass the turn to them. I'm going to keep a chat open for this person. All right. Let's finish this. That was great. Oh my gosh. Well, I have to give it to my opponent. I'm sitting here just kind of talking with them a little bit on the side, just because whatever that nonsense was, that was beautiful. All right, so we got one more. Let's see if we can get the 3-2 in. Avocado toast. Oh my gosh, I got my face destroyed by them last time, or yesterday playing Modern, I think it was. This hand seems alright. A little slower than I think I would like, but I like the fact that you can go Foothills into Birds of Paradise. And we can get the Ramanap Excavator as well. But man, what a joy that last match was. It's a little risky if I get the Savannah at this point, especially since I don't have... Yeah, let's just grab the Forest. I don't need the Savannah at the moment if they've got... Because, you know, if they have Wasteland, I don't want to be on no lands. But... pretty good with this for the moment. Alright, so what do we got? Once Upon a Time. Not particularly amazing. I'm on more Storm nonsense or something? I don't know. Let's play a Scooze. See if that resolves. It does resolve. We got Dryad Arbor. Let's pass. And then depending on what happens on their next turn, we could try and go for the Ramanap Excavator. Do I get this? Does the opponent want to be generous and give me a repeatable land source? No, they're going to Force of Will it. Exiling Force of Will. Abrupt Decay the Bop. Interesting. That's a no. Force of Negation. I mean, at least we're getting these cards out of their hands, you know? Why did Lurrus say that only permanents in your deck had to cost 2 or less? I don't know. But it was... It's pretty ridiculous. Let's be real here. I don't care about the creatures in my graveyard, so let's gain some... let's hit some of their cards just so we can get them out of their yards. Make sure that they don't do anything with them. Right? Are they flooding or something? Let's see if we get this questing beast. Is our opponent going to be nice to us? Hard casting, Force of Will. Big womps. But at least we know that they've gotten rid of 3 of their Force of Wills and a Force of Negation, so they don't really have too much to go off of. I guess they're going to try and go for the Lurrus into Icefang Coddle now. Or Mishra's Bauble nonsense? Tarmogoyf. Alright, so my play here is to get Knight of the Reliquary, right? I can get Tireless Tracker, too. I think Coder's just better. Yeah, let's just grab Knight. Bobble with fetches is kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Because you can decide if you want to bobble or if you want to fetch after you draw the card or before you draw the card. It's an interesting match, though, so far. Pretty good game. So next turn I can go for the Gaia's Cradle with the Knight of the Reliquary and cast Batterskull with it. What's our opponent doing now? Astrolabe. Big Goy faction. Just on the off chance there's something along the lines of, like, I don't know. God, what is it? Spell Pierce. Like, heaven forbid. Swordsing the Germ token. Sure. Eight, 11. Yeah, I can take 11 here. Caracas, sure. What's up, Metaphor? How you doing? How is it going? As much as I want to do some nonsense with that Greens on Zenith, I have to do this. And hope that they can't kill my Dryad Arbor in response or something. We're doing pretty well. We're playing some Legacy, having a good time. About all we can do right now, right? We have had some really good matches here, so I've been having a blast playing some Legacy today. This league has gone a little bit longer than I think I was hoping it would, but boy howdy has it been a joy. I was originally going to play Elves after this, but I want to make sure that I can have enough time in my stream so I can try Vintage for the very first time ever. So, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, though. That's always awesome. Thought we were playing Obosh Underworld Dreams. Right? I don't know, man. I really want to, like, sit down and look at that kind of list now. Because that was something else. Let me tell you. So I am just dead here, I believe. So if I put this on Batterskull on the Noble Hierarch, I can block one of the Goyfs, but then I still take the exact same amount of damage and have nothing to show for it. So yeah, this game's over. Surgicals for no. Surgicals for the Baubles isn't the worst thing right now, I think, but chokes are really good. Council's Judgment probably isn't that good. artifacts in the deck are... Actually, no, Collector Oof is really good here. Teeg doesn't seem that great because it... I mean, it's non-creature spells, can't cost more than 4. But that's pretty much limited to Force of Will, which they often take out of the deck. They can't do anything with permanents, so let's remove that. Sanctum Prelate is really good here. And... one swords, I think. Just one swords. Yeah, no, Oof is really good. Like, I was thinking about Surgical, but it's like, wait a minute. But Collector Oof just does, like, the same kind of work. And, yeah, what's up, Jerry? How are you doing? We are definitely playing Legacy today. And after this, I'm probably going to be trying out Vintage for the very first time ever. It's literally going to be my first foray into Vintage, and I'm stoked to try it out. You totally missed it, Jerry. I had an opponent in our last match where they went turn 1 Dark Ritual, Underworld Dreams, turn 2 played a mountain, played Winds of Change. It was incredible. I mean, it's fine. Once Upon a Time should find us a land of some kind. And in the worst case, we have a Guy's Cradle can try and draw into something else. I mean, I think it's okay. It's not incredible. We'll give it a shot. Got him. Put some of those cards towards the top of the deck again. I guess we'll see what happens here, but I guess my play is probably going to play Sanctum Prelate for 1. Can't do a turn 2 beast, especially not now. Let's play Stoneforge. Worst case, next turn I can still Green Sun for a Noble Hierarch. Sylvan Library, okay. Choke seems good. think I want to cast a choke right now. Do I want to try and cast that choke now, while I have an opportunity to do so, or do I want to try for this and play the Batter Skull? Because the problem is, if I play the choke, then they don't have any islands, but at the same time, it might be good to get it down now while I have the opportunity to do so. And then they have to fight through it. That's a good point. We'll pass the turn and see what happens. Because I don't want a green sun for one and just get another Noble Hierarch. That doesn't seem very effective here. Well, maybe it does, actually. Yeah, actually it does. Because then we can go Sanctum Prelate. Or, yeah. And we can also have mana up for choke. Yeah, it seems alright. Let's do that. And this next turn, assuming no counter magic, I can go Sanctum Prelate into Questing Beast, assuming that they don't have, like, something to wipe my board out or something like that. All right, let's see what we can do here. What do I got? Land? Land's good. What's our opponent got on the schedule? Trying to see if they can find some action. So now they've got an island. So I think a choke isn't the worst thing. Putting cards on top of the library. So our opponent can still go for how's Maverick in this post-loneliness world of Legacy? I mean, I've been enjoying my time today. Like, I've been having a lot of fun playing playing Maverick today. So, I think it's alright. You know, obviously not perfect, but I'm having a riot playing this deck right now. And they skipped. Alright, cool. Next game. So can we get there? This is for the 3-2, folks, so let's see if we can do it. I kind of feel like that knight might be okay here. Yeah, go down to 2 swords, I think. Bring up a knight. Lures might not be so annoying if there's nothing it can recur that beats your bigger creatures. Exactly. And the other thing, too, is, again, if I get, like, Sanctum Prelate down, then they can't go for all of their, like, they can't do, like, a Snapcaster and hit, Swords to Plowshares or a Brainstorm or something. Like, they actively can't cast the spells because I will have put down Sanctum Prelate. We could play Obosh and cut all the weird 2-drops. Exactly. No, we just run the Obosh Underworld Dreams deck. That list was ridiculous. I really want to work on that at some point and just kind of see, like, how could we make that work? Like, the idea was sound, right? It was really cool. Orm, did you not see that? So we had our last match went turn 1 Dark Ritual into Underworld Dreams. And, yeah, turn 1 Dark Ritual Underworld Dreams. Turn 2 Played a Mountain, cast Winds of Change. Wildest shit. It's just like, it seems so cool, right? Because you can't play Chains of Mephistopheles with it, because Chains is 2 mana. 2 chains. But you could definitely play a Black Vice with it. I don't know, but, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of janky, right? But it was just silly, and it seemed really cool. It seemed like a really interesting deck, and I'm like, especially now that you've got Obosh in the mix, like, there has to be something, like, some way to utilize that. Right? It really did sound like an old school deck. It was just so much fun. This is a terrible hand, though. I have to mull this. If this, like, had a green land, it wouldn't be so bad. But I got a mull. That's way better. So we put Dryad Arbor. We use Verdant Catacombs. We put Dryad Arbor on the bottom. Catacombs plays Mother of Runes. Turn 2, we play Stoneforge. This hand is amazing. Snap, keep. Tell you one thing, though. I love being in my element again playing this deck. Jerry knows how I'm all about this deck. Sure. Yeah, I don't need to play those right now. Let's go this. Interesting that they didn't utilize the Mishra's Bauble. And get that Batter Skull. Dolahan, 1996, a.k.a. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Don't call me the Maverick Girl for nothing. Exactly. That was the whole point, too. You know, I was like, I was just looking for a new Magic Online username, and I was like, man, maybe I should get something that, like, seems reminiscent kind of like me being, you know, a Maverick player. And so I went with it, and it just ended up kind of sticking. I think it's really cool. So what is our opponent doing? They might as well attack. Yeah. Pro tip, Mind Break Trap, it's 2020. Yeah, for sure. Play in modern green-white value town, for sure. Alright. Oh, the Wasteland doesn't seem that great. So I could go for the Batterskull, but I think it's a little bit better to go for the Knight. No, maybe not, actually. I haven't been using any of the Wooded Foothills or anything, or any of my fetches, so the Knight would actually be kind of weak sauce at the moment. So let's hold back. Give it a turn. We'll play this Batterskull. Ice Fang Coddles. Sure. Arkham's Astrolabe. What's up, Astrolabe? I don't miss your sorry ass. Not one bit. Yeah, Wasteland's alright. But I can do this. Boop. Okay, so what if we went for... I think I can take another hit from Coddle. So my thought is I could go for Scryb Ranger, but I think I want to try and beat out some more counter magic before I try and go in on that. Plus, if I can actually stick the Knight of the Reliquary, then I'm really set. 2 damage a turn isn't anything really as far as I'm concerned right now. So I say let's go in on Knight of the Reliquary, see what happens. I don't want the Germ to die just yet. But if I can keep this Knight of the Reliquary alive just long enough, then I can get Scryb Ranger out of my deck. At least that's the hope. Could green some Zenith for Oof, but I don't think the Oof is really going to do very much here. Maybe if they go for the Lurrus, but I don't know. Abrupt Decay on the Mom. That's making me wonder if maybe I should have gone for the Scryb Ranger. Oh well. So what might happen here is they might hit Mom. If they hit Mom, then that's not the worst thing, I guess. There's nothing I can do, so I might as well F6 here. Again, I think my Green Sun plan is to try and get Scryb Ranger, because not only does it block those effectively, it wears the Batterskull, gets through all their hits, but it also can bounce back Mother. Well, now they got the swords, so... More swords to plowshares. Okay. Well, you're a little late. All right, we're gonna land this. We're gonna stick the landing on this questing beast. It is time, friendos. Snapcaster? Snapcaster, snappy snaps. Which one? Scryb Ranger? Nah. Alright, so now we know they don't have anything. There's no cards in their hand. Oh, Questing Beast? Sure. Okay, so what do I want to do here? So I can go Scryb Ranger. I gotta be careful with how I do this, though. Because if I were to go Scryb Ranger, Greens on Zenith hits Collector Oof, then I can't really do much with this Batterskull. You know what am I doing? Well, no, I guess that wouldn't work. I guess because I could always just be attacking with this Batterskull, getting damage through, and then bouncing, replaying with Stoneforge Mystic. I think that's a little bit better at the moment. Maybe. 2, 3. I'm trying to weigh my options here. Go 4 mana for Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary holds that up. Yeah, let's go for the Knight. They'll get their Luras. Actually, let's hold up the Wasteland. Oh, hello. Wait a second. Knight of Autumn hits Sylvan Library, but they could always recast it with Luras. I think it's just better to go for the Knight. So if I had an unlimited budget, what basics would I put into the hypothetical Pauper deck or Paper Maverick deck? This land and this land. I love these basics. This basic right here in Paper is worth like 40. It costs $40. This one I think is like 15, 20. And I think I'm supposed to be Tiago. Tiago, thanks for the follow. How are you all doing? I've had 5 followers. Hello. Let's update that again. Haha. Oh, it's a draw step. Godzilla basics? Yeah, no, I like those Godzilla basics for sure. Snapcaster on Swords to Plowshares. You got me, friendo. Abrupt Decay? Alright. Abrupt Decay probably hits... Does it hit Knight? Okay, it does hit Knight. That seems weird. Oh, for sure. No, I feel that. So next turn I can cast Scryb Ranger and equip it. So this will detract them from doing anything with the Icefang Coddle. Or, yeah. They won't do any attacks unless it's with the Coddle, is what I should say. And then I can cast Scryb Ranger, put Batterskull onto that. Cast Luras? Yes. cast Coddle again. They have 2 in hand, but they put 2 cards on top of their deck, so... Scryb Ranger... Yeah, I think I just have to run it out now. And re-equip there. What a wild game, huh? 2 cards on top of the deck. Did our opponent find an answer? Opponent knows what's on top of their deck. Dead of Winter? Jeez. Unreal. Oh my gosh. Good draws, so we can still do stuff with Spatter Skull. What a game. Alright, Goyf. Double Goyf. Oh boy, howdy. Okay, sure, let's do this. Attack, get some damage through. Or we'll just do it like that. Well, let's see what our lovely opponent can do here. Another Icefang Coddle. Oh boy. Ramanap Excavator, huh? It's not a bad draw. I don't need these wastelands, but I mean, I guess they're solid. I accidentally hit that. I meant to hit get one of like the wooded foothills or something. What now? Gaia's Cradle? Okay. I'm not going to play that, though. We're going to get some more lands out of this deck. I've only got one more fetchable land. No, I got two. I can get the Dryad Arbor as well. Does it resolve? It sure does. Okay, now we can play the Gaia's Cradle. I feel comfortable doing that. Me not thinking very well? I forget about doing first strike and then doing that. No, it really doesn't matter. But it's more, I guess, you gotta remember, I actually haven't played Legacy like properly in a number of years now. Like, very actively. I've played occasionally here and there, but not very often. So it's made it a little more difficult for me. You know, so I'm just kind of forgetful, essentially, is what it boils down to. Wild. Alright, well, this is fine. Go get Dryad Arbor. Choke. This seems really good. So now we can go equip Dryad Arbor. And we can keep replaying the Dryad Arbor thanks to the Ramanap Excavator. Oh boy, howdy, are we ahead on time? Swords to Plowshares. God damn it. Making me regret not having that Wasteland open. Sure. Daggers. Abrupt Decaying the Excavator, huh? Yeah, I might as well just do this right now. They went and got a Goyf? Okay. So I can definitely pick up the Batterskull and cast it again without worry. So let's do that. Green Sun for Knight of the Reliquary. No, Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn seems a little bit better right this second, because we can do this. Wild. Murderous Cut. Block the big guys. One, two, three. We just keep doing the bounce trick. I think I just want to throw the Noble Hierarch in front of the Goyf. Because then I can... Oh, no. They just gave it to me. Sweet. So we actually 3-2'd a league in Legacy with Maverick. Oh, God. I haven't done this in so long. It feels so good. Wow. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to crack this chest. Something good. Please. One time. Cemetery Puka. Isn't that great? But that was an excellent showing. These are some fantastic matches. Boy, howdy, I can't wait to get this replay up on YouTube because it was a treat playing this today. So, hang tight, folks. I'm going to just wrap this up for YouTube, and then we're going to play some Vintage for the first time ever for me. But I want to say thank you, everybody on YouTube here. If you like, if you're enjoying the content, obviously like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever. Also, you got me on Twitter at TheMaverickGirl. I also want to shout out cardhoarder.com. They're an excellent source of, excellent store for all the Magic cards that you could ever want for Magic Online. They make these streams possible. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. This is great. I have a Discord server. You want to check that out? For those of you here, I also have a YouTube channel. All of these links, if you're watching on YouTube, are at the bottom in the description. So check those out. And I will see you all soon then. So thanks so much, and I'll catch you then.